Hello everyone, I'm ELENA GEORGIou, the Global News founder, a channel that brings the latest news around the world regarding all forms of abuse, effects, and solutions to end violence, and also an inspirational channel to uplift and inspire change. So if you want to be a guest speaker at my channel, you just have to email me. And today we have an amazing guest. His name is Amisi from Malawi, and he's working in an organization called SOFERES to support refugee girls in Malawi, and we will have a discussion together. Welcome, Amisi, to the Global News. Hello. Can you please share your story?
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do you hear me?
Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank you so much for you organizing this meeting in which I'm going to be the main speaker. And also I appreciate for your time and also all things that we are doing together, you and the SOFERES here in the refugee camp. My name is Amisi Damiano. I'm living in a refugee camp, Daleka, Malawi. I'm the executive director of SOFERES here in Malawi since 2013. I've been leading this organization up to now. So in this meeting, I would like to talk different thing about Daleka refugee camp. But before I proceed further, I would like to start giving the overview of the refugee camp to know when this camp was established and how it is growing up today. So I may say that the refugee camp is found in Malawi. It was created since 1994. It's where the camp was established, and it is all about 45 kilometers from Lilongwe, the capital city of Malawi. And this camp was established just to receive 10,000 refugees from different countries like DRC, I mean Republic Democratic of the Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, Somalia, and also others are from Ethiopia. There's Ethiopian. So you found that almost 5 nationalities are found in this refugee camp. So Daleka refugee camp normally receives 300 new arrivals from the named countries that I have mentioned here. And 62% of the refugees found in the refugee camp are Congolese. And 19% are Burundians, 7% are Rwandese, and 2% are from the other countries, as I said, from Somalia and Ethiopia. So those are nationalities, or those are the percentages that they are distinguished in according to the nationality. So I mean that many of the refugees found in the refugee camp are from DRC. And I can try to give how people are living in the refugee camp. And I mean, 45% of refugees found in the refugee camp are children. And 52% of these refugees or people living in the refugee camp are people of concern, including women. So you found that the refugee camp, we have many people of concern, especially women. That is a small overview or a short story of the refugee camp. And after that, so the maybe to talk about the challenges that refugees are facing in the camp. And I can enumerate or give various challenges that refugees are facing while in this camp. The first challenge is that I can try to enumerate or to give us problem. We have language barriers. You know, as I said in my introduction, that we are from in different country backgrounds. So you see that there is language barriers. There are those who speak Swahili. There are those who speak French. There are those who speak Burundi language and the language, Somalia language, and also Ethiopia language. So that is the most problem that we face. Not only that, also with the host community. When I say the host community, I see Malawians, the native people, the citizens of Malawi. So that is some challenge, one of the challenges we as refugees we are facing, language barriers. Because for example, when you want to meet with a Malawian, you have to make sure that you know Chichewa, which is the local language. And if you don't know that language, you cannot be able to say or to have what you want to have from the host community. And the second language that refugees are facing in the camp is hunger. There is no food, as you can see. And as you can try to find out, the history of Malawi is a poor country whereby even its population is suffering from hunger. So can you imagine for we as refugees, if we see the host community suffering from hunger, what about refugees? So that is the second challenge that we face, hunger, because we don't have a land whereby you can farm or cultivate for planting something like crops or like to seed something. So that is the second challenge that we face. The third is sexual abuse. Refugees are passing in different sexual abuse, especially for girls in the schools and also in the community. You can imagine we have a girl, for example, a girl who is 18 years old. She's not going to school. She doesn't do nothing. So she is experiencing hardship. So after all this, they decide themselves to sell their bodies so that they can have something like body lotion, clothes, shoes. So you can see that there is the challenge of sexual abuse, even at a school. For example, in Zaleka refugee camp, we have only one primary school and one secondary school. And if you want to be enrolled, a girl to be enrolled at one of these schools, there are something that she's paying back. So you will see that that master needs something from her. So all those are kinds of sexual abuse. And also there is another challenge that refugees are facing is a forced marriage. Parents are forcing their girls to be married because of the poverty that's refugee facing, and also early pregnancies. Girls are getting pregnancies in the elders, which we cannot imagine. You find that a girl with 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old is getting pregnancy. So all those are some of the challenges that refugees get in the like a refugee camp. And also the poverty, as I said, the poverty, we are living in extremely poverty because refugees are not allowed to work. Refugees are not allowed to go out of the camp. So we are stuck in the camp. We don't the government don't need any of the refugee to be going out for looking something maybe which can help a family to survive. So you see the poverty is in a big percentages. That is the challenges we face. And also another challenge is access to medical services. You know, as I said, that's right now the refugee camp has 56,000 people, and we have only uh, one hospital, health center. It's not a hospital. Let me call it a health center. You can imagine the number of refugees and having only one health center, which is not able to meet the need of the population, which is not able to meet the need of 56,000 refugees. So you can see how much refugees are suffering. There are sometimes that about this problem, there are refugees who decide for themselves to go out of the camp to find where a place where they can be well treated. So this is the next challenge: access to the medical service. It means that the health center that we have has no capacity to help or to treat all these people, because you found us in the refugee camp, there are various diseases. So, and all these diseases, you can see how small this hospital is. It is unable to support all this number of refugees. That is the challenge. Sometimes once you go there, you can stay on a line from morning to afternoon without meeting a doctor. You can be there, just you're online, waiting to be given some pills. You stay there all day without being assisted or treated because of the big number of people found at the place whereby you think you can be treated. So medical service is also a nice challenge that refugees are facing in the like a refugee camp. And also there is another challenge is culture differences. As you know, as I said in the introduction, that we are from in different background, and each community has its culture. So to cope, how to stay, or to cope on some community culture is very problem. It's very a challenge. For example, I can say to cope the culture of our host community, I mean Malawi, that is a big challenge. That's we as Congolese, like I say, because I'm a Congolese. So to copy on that culture is a big challenge because they use their traditional dances, they use some traditional things that I never seen since I was born. So that is a culture. You found that there are something you found in a certain culture, which for others is not allowed. So that is the challenge also we face. We have, for example, Burundians. They have also their culture. So me as a Congolese to cope on that culture is a challenge. It's a big problem. How am I going to cope or to follow what is done in the NASA culture? We have Rwandese, also they have their culture. We have Somalians, they have their culture. So this is also a nice challenge that we face when we are in this camp, because we are in a place whereby many nations are combined. And also another problem is all the challenge that we face in the freedom of movement. We are not allowed to move. For
You're stuck.
example, I may
You're
be in
stuck.
this camp and there
You're
are
stuck.
something that I need to buy. I have, don't you hear me?
I hear you well. So you're kind of stuck in a camp, and there isn't any freedom of movement. Can I ask you something, Amisi?
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
does anybody fund your organization? I mean, does the government give you funding? How do you feed all these people?
Can you come again? Because you can see on my side the network is very poor and I don't hear you very well.
Okay.
Can you come? Sorry for that.
Who is giving you funding for your people? I mean, who's feeding you in the campus?
Yeah, that is a good question. I'm just going to ask on that. As you know, that's refugees are under UN. I mean, United Nations. This is the organization that is helping refugees in Cape. They give a monthly ration, which is not sufficient. It doesn't cover even the month.
All right, okay. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
SOFERES, what does SOFERES offer to the refugee campers?
Yeah, to the refugee, SOFERES is trying its best. This we do accordingly to the financial support that we have. We don't have much support, but as I remember right now, SOFERES is empowering women in economic empowerment.
Mhm.
I can say like tailoring, knitting, yeah, something like that. That is what we do, and also we are trying our best to help people in agriculture. We do work also in a sustainable agriculture, whereby we provide some so that the refugees may be able to get food.
That's good. So are you helping? You said there is a school in the refugee camp. There is a I mean, in the refugee camp, do you have any schools? You said you have a school, but why the children don't go to school?
No, I don't hear you, madam. Can you come back, because my network is very poor. So sometimes I hear
You
you in
yes,
cutting.
okay.
Sometimes you are on, sometimes you are off.
Do you
Can
have
you
a school?
excuse me, because
Yeah. Do you have a school in the refugee camp? You said that you have school. Why are the children not going to school? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Amiti, can you hear me? I think it's his internet. Let's give him a few minutes. Amisi, can you hear me? Oh, he closed. I think he left. He has a bad connection with his Wi-Fi. Okay, let's give him a few minutes. If he doesn't come back, the situation in the refugee camp is as he described, and I wanted to ask him more questions, but let's see if he, Amita, can you hear me? Hello?